And I just want to jump in here. Dave, you wrote a great article that you posted on LinkedIn, I believe just yesterday, about the importance of sitting down and having those face-to-face conversations, because the face-to-face is about the future. And what are you thinking now, and what are you projecting to? So I really like where you're going here. Give me the history and the literary review. If I want to know the future and what people are thinking of, I still have to talk to people. Did I get that right?
Yeah. Let me give an example. Partha and I attended a conference in Delhi a few weeks ago. I did something I haven't done. And Chester, and I'm sure you've done it. They said, we want to do speed teaching. And I said, I haven't done speed dating. I don't know what this is going to be like. So they sat me at a table and sat 4 people down for 7 minutes each. And they asked questions. They wanted answers. I wasn't as interested in the answers. That's reporting data. I was fascinated with their questions. What are the questions you have that we don't yet have an answer to? Well, that's a focus group. And it was a remarkable 90 minutes. I was exhausted at the end of that 10 or 12 groups. And Partha, you may have been part of that. It was just so delightful. But there, Chester, you learn the questions that we don't yet have an answer to. I think LinkedIn does that for me. And that's what I posted. I like LinkedIn, and there's good and bad in LinkedIn. You see the trolls and you see all that. But what are the questions people are addressing that we don't have answers? AI can't yet answer those, because that's the genius. So what's going to happen next at Citigroup? I don't know, but let's figure it out. So, Chester, that's an example of the questions are more important, at least to me, than the answers. And I think we get that.
I love that idea. Yeah, future versus past, and what are we focusing on? Partha, challenges here. What are you seeing with generative AI and AI in HR with all the clients you're working with?
So I'll differ a little bit from Dave there. So that is the current state today. It's giving you on the historical data. It is giving you all the information, but its ability to learn. Okay. So whatever we are also thinking in the future is based on our past experiences, okay, based on what we are picking up. So I think it will start detecting that what I am going to think next, what Chester is going to do next. I think it was Bill Gates who said, right, that we overestimate the impact in the short term and underestimate the impact in the long term. Short term, I don't see anything else happening except for taking away the drudgery from us, okay, the AI doing that. The long term, I think they'll be able to learn. Okay, all those movies, Armageddon movies, which are there, I think it will come to that state. I mean, I'm not in a bad way. I'm saying they'll learn there, and they'll be able to predict things in the future. But yeah, future is future. We'll have to just wait and see.
Partha, can I comment on that? And I don't mean to stand the host, but one of the things I love about the strength and weakness of AI, if I say fill in the blank, A, B, C, D, E, well, that's how we often predict the future, because we look at a linear path. The reality is it may be A, B, C, D, X, A, B, C, D, X, Q. And that's where I think that human touch becomes so critical, because it's not necessarily E. And Partha's Vantage Circle deals with some of those issues. I think that's going to be really fun to begin to figure that out.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree to that. The human touch is always going to be required, and I think the creative work will be there always. Okay, so but yeah, overall, I think my point also is that it will start learning, okay, how to think about that. E is an option, X is an option. Okay, they will get to know. They will start synthesizing all this data from different people and come to that. But yeah, I agree. Human touch has to be there.
I think that's what's also emerging, right? Sorry to jump in, before you.
Perfect.
But to that point, because it is forcing us to be more human and define be more intentional about the human aspect of things. Because actually, I don't know if you saw, Gallup just recently published their latest research around employee engagement. And it is at a record low, because people are feeling disconnected from a sense of purpose in their organizations. So it is, that shows that, while there's a lot of excitement around the technological advancements, it is important for us to kind of go back to the fundamentals. And there are 2 things that I feel are quite important. One is defining purpose. Why does it matter? why are we chasing? It's not about like the latest shiny new object, right? It is, why does this make sense for us? So that is important to put that context. And then in terms of our own identity, how are we defining our identity in relation to others? That is the thing that we are so focused on saying, like our own perspective, but then how is it helping others? How is it, what's the interaction model? How are we defining it in context, which I think is going to help from an employee engagement perspective, as well as really tapping into the true potential of AI and what it can do for us as humans in enhancing our own capabilities.